Uh, Today I wanted to talk a little bit about inconsistencies in scientific thinking, and I'm going to give you one example which is very close to my area of expertise. It touches physiology and medicine and biology, and it's so inconsistent with other areas of human knowledge and science, such as physics, that I just have to have to talk about it, because otherwise I would probably explode. So this inconsistency is about noticing a purpose in biological and physiological objects. So let's start with physics, right? So if I go through different levels of matter, starting from very small structures, objects, to more complex, like atoms, and then crystals, and then fluids, and steady state, and planets, and galaxies, and all this stuff, like starting from the very small end, going up to the ultimate, the large scale objects, I apply the same logic. I don't change this logic because I stepped up the level of complexity, right? So in physics, it's very consistent. The philosophy is always the same. However, in biology and in physiology, there's a huge gap, and I'll explain what I mean by this gap. So when you talk about small subsystems of an organism or a human body, like organs, right? Let's take an eye. And scientists and researchers discuss this object. They very casually use the term purpose. Okay, so the purpose of this organ is such and such, right? To provide sensory input, to provide this and that. Whatever organ they discuss, they can easily point towards the purpose of this organ. And that's okay. We are okay with this approach. However, when they get to the to this imaginary boundary, which is the end of human body, the thinking leaves the human body and looks at a person. They stop talking about the purpose. There's no purpose for a particular individual, right? Animal or human, and so you have one way of thinking with a very purposeful design, evolution, whatever you call it, up to this, the entire body situation, right? Then the purpose disappears. We don't have any purpose as humans, as dogs, cows, and so on and so forth. However, everything which is inside us does have a purpose. So that's the inconsistency I wanted to point out, which is, in my mind, just completely insane. And I would like to hear your thoughts about it. What do you think about the purpose? We see it here inside the organism. We don't see it outside the organism. Give me your comments. Thank you very much. Talk to you later. Bye.